There is a difference between being politically correct versus being polite. Being politically correct is pandering, meaning saying something to a specific group just to keep them happy instead of speaking the truth. Being polite is speaking the truth, but doing so in a manner of respect and compassion. Jerks that say, I hate people who are politically correct, they want someone to speak the truth so harshly and so unfairly that all it does is bring harm. They're assholes. And people who just say, oh, I don't want to be politically correct, they're assholes. They're assholes. Because you don't have to be politically correct to be polite. And being polite is a sign of honor. People who are not polite have no honor. And you should not follow them and you should rebuke them, meaning you should sharply correct them. Because being polite is showing love, compassion, and respect. It doesn't mean that you can't speak truth, and it doesn't mean you can't be firm and blunt. But there is a difference, and I'm talking a huge difference between being politically correct versus being polite. And people who say, I don't want to be politically correct, but they are not polite, they're assholes. They're assholes. They're jerks, they're unfair, and they're unbalanced. Because you can speak your opinion, you can be different, you can speak truth without being a jerk. Without being unnecessarily hurtful. You don't have to just speak the truth so harsh that all it does is bring harm and negativity. And really, if you do it that way, you're not a leader. You're a follower. And all you are doing is pandering, but you're pandering in a different way. You're pandering to the people who don't want politically correctness. All they want is the red meat. They don't want politeness either. You're pandering to the assholes. That's what you're doing. So I'm not saying you should be politically correct, where basically meaning that all you should do is say what people want to hear just to make them happy. But I am saying you should always be polite. Meaning that you should speak the truth, but you should do so in a manner that shows a level of fairness, a level of respect, and with the humility that there are other perspectives in this world. Doesn't mean you have to agree with them, and it doesn't mean you can't vigorously debate them. But it does mean you have to have a level of professionalism. You have to have a level of maturity. You have to have a level of respect and compassion. There are a lot of jerks out there that don't want you to be politically correct, and they don't want you to be polite either. They want you to be a negative, hurtful, eye for an eye, stringent person because they're so miserable they want other people to feel their misery, and that's why they do it. But rise above. Rise above. Speak your truth. And you can speak some stuff that people don't want to hear. Speak your truth, but do so in a way that shows that you have a level of integrity, compassion, and that you are above the petty. That all the petty people and the unproductive people, that all they want to do is cause contention. That's all they want to do. Rise above. You don't have to be politically correct, but you should always be, or always try to be, as polite as possible. That's wisdom, and that's a sign of honor.